Welcome back to the stream, everybody. We just played Majuo, which was a very interesting title. Now we're going to play Jack Brothers for the Virtual Boy. This was the very first Mega 10 game we ever got in North America, and it is a super deformed chibi spin-off of the Shin Megami Tensei series. Chibis or Chibis, depending on what part of the country you're from. I would like to point out the way they localize this game is very, very funny. Here's the Japanese box art. It's all anime and chibi, and it's cute. You got Pyro Jack, you got Jack Frost, you got the Pixie, you got all your favorite Jacks from Mega 10. And then you got the North American box art. These dudes look like they're gonna rip your freaking head off. They're gonna rip you to shreds. It's just how games were localized back then. They had to give Kirby angry eyebrows to make him look badass and stuff. So yeah, Jack Brothers for the Virtual Boy. Let's get this Primus out of here. Primus sucks. Alright. Jack Brothers for the Virtual Boy. I have played this game before, and I've beaten it, but I have only beaten it with the assistance of save states. So let's see if we can do this without save states. Important! Read instruction and precaution booklets before operating, or else the Virtual Boy will, like, give you cataracts and steal your soul. Calibrating my Virtual Boy. Cropping looks a bit weird. Let me see if I can fix that. Boop. Boop. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately, you guys won't get the very cool stereoscopic 3D, but, the day that I live stream from an actual Virtual Boy, it will be a cold day in hell when I have the time, patience, and money to do that. So we're emulating this. Auto pause? No. We're gonna one-take Jake this game. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Jack Brothers, the very first Shin Megami Tensei game ever brought over to North America. Look at that. Listen to how bumping this is already. $100? Maybe with $100 I could do that. Maybe with $100. Love this soundtrack. So basically this is a dungeon crawling gauntlet type game. You got Jack Frost, Pyro Jack, whose name is Jack Lantern in this game, which I actually kind of like more than Pyro Jack. Yeah, it's a Jack-o'-lantern. And then Jack Skeleton, whose original name escapes me. I actually don't remember what his actual name is, but we're gonna be Jack Skeleton because he's gangster with it. Look at how cool he looks with his little dagger and his hat. October 31st, Halloween. The one day of the year where fairies can enter the human world. Fairies everywhere come to play with the children and get in the mischief. Children and fairies look forward to this day. This commotion continues until late into the night. Before long, it is 11 o'clock at night. Halloween will be over soon, and the portal to the world of fairies will soon close. The fairies have all gone home. However, Jack was having such a good time that he forgot about the time. Fairies who do not return home in time lose their powers and disappear. Will Jack make it home in time? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Jack, what are you doing? It's time for you to go home. I live here, so I'm okay. But the game literally just said that they can't live. Oh my goodness. They can't even write a coherent plot. Jack, if you're not home in time, you'll disappear forever. You're hopeless, Jack, but I'll show you the way home. It's a bit dangerous, though. It's kind of a surprise we got this game at all. One, it's a Virtual Boy game, which was not a system blockbuster seller, right? Virtual Boy was one of Nintendo's worst selling consoles, even though it's got a pretty good library of games for it. And two, it's an SMT game, which was not popular in the West until like Persona 3 and 4. Oh, it's Jack the Ripper? That sounds about right. The Virtual Boy Ultimate Classic System. When the goal appears, jump down from there. The only enemy here... okay. I know how to play this game. So it's basically Gauntlet. You collect keys, you fight monsters, and you try to do it before the time runs out. You don't have a health bar in this game. If you take damage, you lose time, which is bad news. Bad news bears. Yeah. I know how to play this. I know. Ooh, stereoscopic 3D. Look at that. No, this game is pretty good. The one thing that's really annoying about it is it constantly interrupts you and gives you tutorials. Like, what is this, a modern Nintendo game? Literally, constantly, you're bombarded with tutorials. A freaking Bomberman over here. Okay. It's kind of like Yeast, where you can hold your sword out in front of you and poke them. Am I going to stream Lair Witch Project when that releases on the 31st? Maybe. The Jackoff Brothers. Not their name. That's not their name. But, you know, good one. +2. I've not played a single Banjo-Kazooie ROM hack that I liked. Also, I think we have like a super move somehow. I remember that vaguely. I don't remember how to do it. It's the R button, evidently. Yeah, I might stream that ROM hack. That's Kirko Mods, right? I have a lot of respect for Kirko Mods because he's holding it down. He's like the only person really making Banjo-Kazooie ROM hacks, but I've not played a single Banjo ROM hack by him that I liked. That's no disrespect to him, none at all. He's holding it down, putting out Banjo ROM hacks. I just personally don't like the ones that I've played. He's not the only one. I didn't say he's the only one. I said he's one of the few. Yes, I know. Thank you, Pixie. I know. Thank you. This really is a modern Nintendo game. Yeah, this is a cute little dungeon crawler. Very reminiscent of Gauntlet, which is probably why they localized it. Because it's such a familiar concept. Alright, that's all the keys. Let's go. Yes, thank you, Pixie. Yep. Watch out for the jack traps. Yep, thank you. I could have sussed that out myself. Thank you, Pixie. I appreciate it. Is it weird that I kind of like the red and black color palette? I've never played an actual Virtual Boy, actual like VB hardware. I've only ever emulated it. So I'm not sure if the rumors of it giving you headaches and migraines are true. I guess I would have to figure that out for myself. Wait a minute, I hear something. A bow? Sounds like Elf is around. Avoid the arrows. Yep, I could have figured that out, Pixie. Thank you. That's literally my only problem with this game is Pixie never shuts the hell up. Oh, I'm zooming! Got a cup of coffee and now we're zooming. People like to give Navi crap in Ocarina of Time for being annoying, but I was never bothered by Navi. I think that was just gamers in the 2000s being hyperbolic and extra. Playing a real VB game would probably change that. I think I agree. I've never seen a Virtual Boy in real life, so I've never played it on actual hardware, but so many people have said that it gives you like headaches and migraines and nausea. I'm sure some of that is hyperbolicized. I'm sure some of that is just extra, but there's probably an inkling of truth to that. Oh, now we're playing Sakaban. Yeah, this game would be pretty damn good if it weren't for the fact that you're constantly interrupted. Constantly. Yeah, the screen nuke is pretty powerful. Look at that damage. But this is a fun game, and you don't have to be a fan of Shin Megami Tensei to enjoy it. You can play this game completely removed from the context of SMT. Oh, I just remembered something. YouTube and Twitch don't like red and black. I'm gonna change the color palette real quick. Hold up. The compression algorithm on YouTube especially obliterates blacks and reds. So we're gonna change it to black and white. It does not like black and red. It like YouTube will obliterate your video, the bitrate. But I kind of like the red and black color palette. Yeah, these are like the Zelda dungeon sliding spike thingies. This game is literally Gauntlet. And it's fun. I just wish Pixie would shut the hell up. Again, you don't have to be a Mega 10 fan to enjoy this game. This is the warp tile. You can warp some. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, this is the first room. Right. I've already been here. I needed to reset it. There we go. I think Jack Skeleton is probably the hardest character to play as, because Jack-o'-lantern and Jack Frost have projectiles, but this dude is so gangster. Look at him. He's got his cool hat. He's got a cool little dagger. This guy's badass. All right, that was a sloppy run, but this time, for real, I got it. I like that you don't have a health bar in this game. Getting hit reduces the amount of time. I think that's a cool mechanic. I would say this game, Tellero Boxer, and Nestor's Funky Bowling are probably my favorite Virtual Boy games. Jack Off Skellington. That's not his name! His actual name is Jack the Ripper, according to Oscar. I did not remember what his actual name in SMT is. This is making me want to play Bomberman. Wasn't there a Bomberman game for the Virtual Boy? I vaguely remember that from AVGN's review of it eons ago. Also, the Virtual Boy was home to the very first Mario sports game. Mario Tennis on the VB was the very first. Mystic Morgan is here. Duly noted. It's just the whiz ropes from Zelda. Oh, we're zooming. stocked up on sugar again. That's what happens when you eat too much Halloween candy. Fudin just up ahead. Fudin has a shield, so you can't attack. This is literally just ripping off Zelda now. That's just a Dark Nut. Which is a really silly name for an enemy. Zelda has very silly enemy names. I'm a pretty big fan of them. Iron Knuckle, Dark Nut, Choo Choo, Keese. I wonder if the Japanese version of this game constantly interrupts you as well, or if that's just an American thing that they added to the localization because Americans are stupid. Dick Nut. Not his name, but not too far away. Not too far off. Dicky Prostate invaded. I just quoted that and I don't know what that's from. Like, I don't remember what that's from. I just know at some point I heard that exact sentence and it just came to me in a flash of synapses. Dicky Prostate invaded. I think it was from like a Dark Souls animation. Vampire is on the next floor. Oh, Vampire. This dude's like the final boss of the game. I love the sprite work in this game. The Virtual Boy made it, like, it might have been a shitty console, but it had some great games. And some not so great games like Waterworld starring Kevin Costner, but I love the sprite work on Virtual Boy. Big, chonky, super deformed, like chibi sprites. Kind of like the original Game Boy, but 32-bit. The Dragon's Belly. I think this was the dungeon in Shin Megami Tensei If. You're going through like the insides of a monster, I think. If it weren't for the pandemic, I would have never played the Super Famicom SMT games. I had all the time in the world. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll play these super hard, obscure JRPGs. I guess they're not that obscure, but... Chibis art. Chibis or Chibis, depending on what part of the country you're from. Running out of time. There we go. Shut up. After you go down, there may be some enemy, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. Look at me, I'm schmoving. Does it look like I need your help? Friggin' zooming. What hit me? Oh, just... yeah, floor spike. Oh! I was very confused as to what hit me. Laser beams. There's a weapon here called double lasers. They face each other, and a beam shoots out in between them. To destroy it, approach it from the side, and we block the beam with the boulder. Thank you, Pixie. Now I don't have a boulder, though. And Jack Skelton died. Nah, just kidding. We can't give up yet. We gotta make it to the final boss, at least. We can all agree the best Virtual Boy game is Virtual Boy Wario Land. Like, that's not even a contest, really. That's just actual factuals. Nintendo wouldn't even have to make a new Wario Land game. They could just remake VB Wario Land, and I think everyone would be happy, because a lot of people haven't played it. I hate these Bomberman enemies. Little scoundrels. Yeah, Virtual Boy Wario Land kicks ass. It used to be my favorite Wario Land game, but I think the original game has trounced it. And I don't ever see anybody talking about the very first Wario Land game on Game Boy, which is unfortunate because I think it's a really charming game. Wouldn't I rather spend $100 on Mario's wacky new virtual world of wonder? I mean, that sounds pretty cool too. Super duper Mario Rainbow Factory. There was going to be a Mario Land game for Virtual Boy, but it did not come out. We got stuck with Wario instead, but I like Wario, so I'm chill with that. And it's a good game, too. Uh-oh. I'm trapped. That was my only option. I couldn't push the boulder down. I'm a fool. That's Dark Zone. You'd better be careful. Enemies might be hiding in there. Okay. Dark Zone, you say? Dark Souls. There are a lot of series that I just kind of appreciate from a distance. I could never get into them because I suck at them, like skill issue type thing. Dark Souls is one of them. There's a lot about the Souls games that I like, and like the design sensibilities of the Souls games, but I am so bad at them. Skelepede's here. His weak point is his head, but he's really fast. Thanks, Pixie. Any secrets? No secrets? Alright then, keep your secrets. Luminous Lex. Oh yeah, I gotta watch out for that guy for sure. He moves around and shoots at you, and he can't be destroyed. Either dodge the beam or use a boulder. Hey Oscar, welcome to the stream. Freaking Luminous Lex. I was told to watch out for this guy all my life. Oh! It's okay, I had a force field. That was pretty cool. Fire breathers, they spit out flames and get in your way. They're really strong, so you can't defeat them. Look both ways before crossing the street. Keep a bat under your pillow and look out for Luminous Lex. True shit. So freaking true. Spider Orb. Yeah, the flow of this game is obliterated because Pixie won't shut the hell up. Like, Pixie, please. Just let me play the game. Let me figure it out. Even if I die, I have infinite continues. It's fine. Pixie's backseat gaming. I almost had him. I'm grateful that I haven't experienced that super often streaming. Like backseat gaming and chat. That's only happened a couple of times. But when it has happened to me, it's been really annoying. That happened years ago during Super Mario RPG, and it kind of soured my whole experience playing that game. I didn't want to use that, but bro was pinning me into the corner. I had no choice. Hopefully I can get more stars. I'm a member of stars. There's nothing else on this floor. I'm just running out of time. I'm wasting time. I don't know if the item drops are randomized or if they're static. I still can't tell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, you really, it's instant, huh? It's on site when you destroy one. I was gonna try to destroy it and then shimmy my way around and destroy the other one. But apparently that is not a valid strat there. Whoa! orb. Speed running this. Moving through here. Yeah, it does kind of feel like it's supposed to be like a fog. I agree, Azura. Speaking of fog, it feels like it's gonna snow outside. It's very foggy and cold. I think we're in for an early winter this year. We had really nice, beautiful autumn weather all month, but the past week it's been really chilly. It's been very cold and chilly. So I would not be surprised if we end up getting an early winter this year, at least where I live. You wish the fall would last longer? Yeah, last year, it seemed like October was really warm, but the colors were coming out, and the trees were really nice. And then it didn't start getting cold until like way later. Secret bonus. All right, cool. I'll take it. Like, it didn't start getting cold until December last year, whereas this year we had a nice October that was like autumn weather, and now it's just friggin' cold already. It's surreal how large the Virtual Boy sprites are. It's really nice. I love the sprite work in Virtual Boy games. These big, goofy looking sprites, and they're super detailed and well animated. Like indie devs, Game Boy and Virtual Boy that's an untapped reservoir for inspiration. Whenever indie devs go for 8-bit or 16-bit, they do like NES, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. There's not enough Game Boy love. I love the monochromatic look of like OG Game Boy especially. The vibes on this game kind of rock. Yeah, this game's great. The only thing I don't like about it is Pixie constantly interrupting you. Which I feel like that might be something that was added in the American localization, but I can't confirm nor deny that. All right, the Mecha Fortress. Give me 1 second real quick. Oh no, not Skelipede. Oh, there's a train going through. I don't know if you can hear it, if my mic is picking it up, but the train is coming through. Choo choo. I live right beside the railroad, so when the train comes through, it's very loud. can't hear it? That's surprising, because it's really freaking loud. Angel's floor. Why is Angel here? I think Angel was bored and ended up here. Hit the ball and chain to attack Angel. Used to live near the train tracks, and you would sleep through. Oh, that's nice. That's a good memory. Look at the death animation on the Angel sprite. Hold up. Ah! Oh, that rocks. Yeah, get the hell out of here, buddy. Hey Jack, you know what? I don't know too much about this area, so I'm not going to say anything for a while. Thank you. If you come up with anything, you'll let me know. Yep. Sounds good, Pixie. How about you don't come up with anything? How about you leave me to my devices? I don't know anything about this floor. Cool, that's actually great. That is splendid. Uh-oh, am I SOL? Uh-oh, I might have beefed it with this rock. Oh, we gotta damage boost it. Ah! Don't worry, we got our time back. We got a damage boost again. Ah! See, I like these rooms where I'm just gunning it down a hall. Slowly walking down the hall, faster than a cannonball. Okay, Liam Gallagher of Oasis. That's a lyric that makes sense. Oh! This music reminds me of like Battletoads or something. Like the soundtrack is really good. Pixie, I thought you said you were gonna leave me alone. Cyclops roams this floor. He's a powerful giant who can create earthquakes. Okay. Oh, we're running out of time. The average Pixie only lives a day, so that was a while for her. She must yap every minute before she dies, or else her time on this earth will be squandered. She's like a hummingbird that way. Do hummingbirds only live for like a day? That's sad. Hummingbirds are cool. Did you guys ever play that game that was a spiritual successor to Echo the Dolphin, but it was about a hummingbird? and it was sort of a shoot 'em up. That game looked cool. I think it was on the 32X. I like Echo the Dolphin, but I've never been able to beat it. That game is a deceptively hard video game. I'm still missing a key. Consarn it. I'm beefing it. I'm beefing it. They have to constantly look for food and sugar because they expend absurd amounts of energy. Have they ever considered, has the hummingbird ever considered to just chill? To just like take a chill pill? If I were a hummingbird, I would simply just chill. Me personally. No, because they are stupid. Hummingbirds live 3 to 5 years, though. Ah. Ow! I'm about sick of this little wizard casting spells and shit. Die. Oh, look at me. I'm a little cloaked wizard man. I'm gonna cast spell. Like, get real, buddy. Grow up. Grow up. I didn't burn it. I didn't drop it. Grow up. If you don't like sweet and sour sauce, you can grow up. I love that video so much. If you don't like sweet and sour sauce, you can grow up. Instantly ages. I mean, who doesn't like sweet and sour sauce? Come on. If you don't like sweet or sauce, you can grush. Uncle Phil, you gotta kick that man's butt. A special bonus. I don't know what or how I'm getting these quote-unquote special bonuses, but okay, I'll take them. Your grandchildren are gonna need grandchildren lawyers. There's a lot of iconic quotables from Fesh Pince, but honestly, big-eared Freer might make me laugh the hardest. Look, you big-eared Freer! You fine, Jeffrey, and you fine, Jeffrey, and you fine, Jeffrey, and you fine, Jeffrey! That scene never fails to make me laugh. Philip Banks, opening statement. Statement. Sit down. You're gonna make me sit down. You're partial to, you could have a leg in one hand and a breerb in the other. Oh, I know this one. The minimalization. Hillary, how'd you know that? And then Hillary instantly vaporizes. She just disappears. All right, which exit do I need to go down? This one? I'm running out of time, so we gotta book it. See, this game I could totally understand if you were playing this on an actual Virtual Boy and you played the whole game in one sitting. This would probably give you a headache. If this were VB Wario Land, though, we'd be at like the end of the game by now. See, I don't know how I'm getting these special bonuses. Maybe it's just random. I don't know. But I'm not complaining. Same as Game Boy music, these songs scratch your brain in a good way. It's very chonky sounding square waves. Hey Maple, welcome to the stream. The GOAT of the SMT series. Yeah, this is the best Mega 10 game, actually. You're so right. I think Devil Survivor on the DS will always be my favorite SMT game, but it was also the first one I played. It was also, like, pretty much a Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem mixed with Shin Megami Tensei, and it had a really cool story. They don't make them like this anymore. Do you think there was a single person in the United States back in the day that, like, actually bought this game? Like, do you think a single person did? This weird dungeon crawler gauntlet type game for the Virtual Boy? Like, we didn't know what Jack Brothers was. We didn't know what Shin Megami Tensei was. Real gamers know that this is a Tower of Daraga. That's a game I've always wanted to check out just because I know it's like one of those historically important Namco games. Without Tower of Daraga, you have no Legend of Zelda. Nice mistranslation there, by the way. Instead of Wyvern, it's Wyvern. Probably like one person, yeah. Look at that health bar, holy moly. Yeah, Tower of Daraga is one of those really historically important video games that nobody outside of like OG gamers in Japan back in the day have seemed to have played. But without that game, there's no Zelda. I'm just gonna keep spamming this move. And everything's gonna be Gucci. There we go. It kind of sucks low-key. Xevious is better. That's a pretty low bar. If Xevious is the better game... But again, that's another like game that's historically really important. Namco kind of pioneered the shoot 'em up genre, didn't they? Before Galaga or Galaxian, what was there? Was Space Invaders by Taito, and that was it. Unless there's one that predates... Yo, ain't Crystal Palace that one apartment from Breaking Bad with the meth lady? Oh, off to a good start. What was I saying? Yeah, unless there's a game before Space Invaders, but I don't know if there is. Like a shoot 'em up before Space Invaders. We all know Dig Dug is the real goat of Namco. I do like Dig Dug. Namco, Capcom, and Sega all kind of exist in the same space in my brain. Like just 3 Japanese gaming companies that had hit after hit after hit. It's insane how many amazing IPs each of those companies has. Although I don't think Namco ever had a dark era like Capcom or Sega did. I think Namco has always been on beast mode, just sometimes they're not cooking as much as they could be. Namco friggin' cooked in the 90s though with the PlayStation. They were on God mode back then. Konami in the 80s could probably make Outrun, but Sega in the 80s wouldn't make Castlevania. That's a good point. Sega made frickin' Space Harrier, Outrun, Virtua Fighter, Sonic, Alex Kidd, Shinobi. Like, Sega had some hits, though. Konami is up there as well, with, like, Capcom and Namco and Sega, but I don't know, does Konami have the same breadth of... I guess it does. Silent Hill, Contra, Metal Gear Solid, Castlevania. Yeah, I guess Konami definitely deserves to be up there as well. What was I thinking? How am I gonna get those? I can't push 2 boulders, can I? No. What the heck? Yeah, Treasure was comprised of ex-Konami devs mostly. Which, if you play like Rocket Knight, you can definitely tell. Is there like a hidden exit that I don't know about? How the hell am I gonna get those keys? Wait a minute. But Treasure had Alien Soldier, Gunstar Heroes, friggin... Okay, we got the keys. Dynamite Heady, Wario World, Mischief Makers. Treasure was the company when it came to weird, wacky video games. And it's sad that we'll never get Gunstar Heroes 3, or 2, depending on how you view Gunstar Superheroes for the GBA. Gunstar Superheroes kicked ass, by the way. That game is fire, but nobody played it. The closest thing to Gunstar Heroes 3 that we've ever gotten is Cuphead. And I love Cuphead as much as the next guy, but I'm still fiending. I'm yearning. I'm yearning, I'm fiending, I'm jonesing for a new Gunstar Heroes. I don't even know if it's worth it trying to... Oh, there we go. That was worth it. Speaking of Japanese games, there's no platform as useless as the Famicom Disk System, despite how influential it is. I would agree with that. See, all of my childhood, like me being a wannabe retro gamer growing up, in the 2000s, right? I was always under the assumption that the Famicom Disk System was this like crazy powerful NES hardware upgrade that was exclusive to Japan, and like the Famicom Disk System had so many games that we never got. The Famicom Disk System wasn't a failure, but it also wasn't a huge success either. It was kind of just a thing that existed. Most Famicom Disk System games like Zelda and Metroid ended up getting cartridge releases anyway. But I will say this, the Famicom Disk System is pretty neat. It's pretty cool. It definitely looks cool. Nintendo dropped their idea of it being the future the moment they learned discs could be pirated. That's probably what happened. And from what I've heard, the FDS hardware was also prone to malfunction as well. Like the belts on the drive would just friggin' break. The North American Nintendo Entertainment System was also very much prone to hardware malfunction as well. The top loader was pretty gangster though, from what I've heard. I've never seen an NES in person. I've never owned one. I've always wanted one, but I think the days of retro game collecting are over because it's so friggin' expensive now. I'm at the point in my life where, like, right now, I think I play more video games than ever, and like play and beat them too. Mostly old school stuff that I can beat in 1 or 2 sittings. But I am so indifferent to the idea of owning video games physically. I'm cool with emulating them. As a kid, I was so like, I really wanted to own everything physically on actual hardware, and I felt bad about emulating stuff because I was like, oh man, this isn't the real experience. You know, I'm not really playing Earthbound. I wish I owned it on my Super Nintendo. Now, as an adult, I'm totally like, dog, give me a Raspberry Pi hooked up with Emulation Station or like Bato Sarah and a bunch of ROMs, and I'm good. I'm good. So long as I can play my games on a controller, like I'm chilling. It's hilarious the moment the NES got upstarted, the Famicom Disk System was already obsolete. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, like, the Famicom is old. By the time we got the NES in 1985, like, the Famicom had already been out for, what, 3 or 4 years? It's kind of insane. It makes me appreciate the NES and the Famicom even more when you realize the Famicom came out in, like, 83, I'm pretty sure. Everyone says that until they see the sick-ass Super Famicom carts. I would love to still be able to collect stuff. I really would. I would love to have a big-ass video game collection with NES and Super Nintendo and 64 games and Genesis and TurboGrafx and this, that, and the third. But it's just not fiscally responsible or really even possible nowadays. I'm cool with just owning like a Raspberry Pi and a bunch of ROMs. Like I said, I play and beat more video games now than I ever did when I was a kid. And I think I appreciate the medium of gaming more. Like, watching Jeremy Parish and making my own, like, analyses of video games and stuff. Like, I appreciate gaming now more than ever, and I play more games, but I don't own any. I have my computer, and that's about it. What I'm not down with, though, is video game streaming services. I'm okay with Netflix, I'm okay with Spotify, even though I like owning my stuff. But I can own something digitally and be contented with it. Like a ROM file on my computer, I'm cool with that. a virtual console game on my Wii U or my Wii, I'm cool with that. But the NSO, like, I'm not down with streaming. The input delay is probably the biggest thing for me, because input delay is such a problem on like the NSO. I can't tell which way these spike things are gonna go. And N64 NSO was in shambles upon release. Yeah, even the Genesis emulation was bad. Like, how do you mess up Sega Genesis emulation? Are you kidding me? Apparently it's better now, but it was like mockery worthy bad when they launched the N64 NSO. I also don't like the drip feeding games like model. Not really a fan of that. Just dump them all at once. Why do you have to like drip feed them? It's like Nintendo thinks we're chomping at the bit to play Urban Champion on NES. Like, come on, bruh. The way they re-release NES games. Like, I love the NES. I think it's got a great library. I think people are like critical, like too critical of the NES nowadays. I love Balloon Fight, man, but you can't be like drip feeding me black box NES games and expecting people to get excited for it, you know? Me rebuilding a new NES emulator from base every console release to make sure Urban Champion is treated like the king he is. That's gotta be like an inside joke at Nintendo or something. Urban Champion is such a bad game. Like, it is so not good. I love the black box. I did a whole video ranking the black box library. Like, Excite Bike, Balloon Fight, Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong Jr. I fuck with the black box lineup, but Urban Champion is like, what are we doing here, Nintendo? Praying every day for an Urban Champion reboot where they lock in. That could be Nintendo's answer to a more traditional fighting game. If they rebooted Urban Champion and it was a proper like 6-button fighter. Arms could have been Urban Champion too, but no. I liked Arms. I think it had the same problem that Pokken had, where it was trying to be a competitive fighting game while also being a casual, fun arena fighter, and it was kind of stuck in this limbo between being an actual fighting game, like a proper competitive fighting game, and being like a fun, whackety schmackety arena fighter. Whenever I see tile warping puzzles in a video game, I just think of Sabrina's Gym from Pokemon. That was so scary in the Indigo League anime when Sabrina like turned Ash's friends into dolls. She's like, play with me. That freaked me out as a kid. I was like, what the heck? No, I liked Arms. I enjoyed Arms, but I do think it was, they should have, same thing with Pokken Tournament. They should have gone either full competitive fighting game or like fun casual arena fighter. All right, see you, Maple. Thanks for stopping by. It was kind of messed up of her to do. Yeah, it was really scary. I'm gonna run out of time trying to find the exit to this place. There we go. Finally, this is the last floor. Your last opponent is Belzoff, ruler of the monster world. He's a lot stronger than you. Give it your best shot, Jack. Oh, this is kind of funky. I think he has like 3 phases or something. This is just the first phase. Yep. It was actually Mothra all along. No, it's not a moth. That's like that's just Beelzebub. Big ass fly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're not beating that. We're definitely not beating that. And now I gotta redo the whole thing all over again. Yep, nope, not doing that. Jack Brothers. One of the better games on the Virtual Boy. It does get a bit repetitive towards the end. It does peter out, you know, a little bit. But still, it's a good, like, gauntlet type game. Probably a top 5 Virtual Boy game. Worth playing. Maybe not worth beating. Just, like, play the first couple levels, get your fill. But, yeah. One of these days, I'll get my hands on an actual Virtual Boy. And see if it gives me migraines and cataracts and headaches. But that's going to do it for the stream. I'll probably come back later with something else. Maybe some more spooky games or Fight Kate. I don't know. But thanks for tuning into the stream, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you later.